You support Donald Trump, Maverick?
I actually do. I do support Donald Trump. Being a military member since 2017, I really do support Donald Trump.
First and foremost, thank you for your service.
Oh yeah,
But
absolutely, man. I appreciate that.
yeah, but
You
man,
know,
how
I
can you support Trump if you like?
well,
You're a,
man, I've been in the military. By the way, let me go ahead and say this: my opinions do not reflect the Department of Defense.
exactly, and I won't let you go too far because I know your parameters. So if you
Yeah,
start to go too far, I'll hop in and stop you. Don't worry.
yeah, but these are my personal opinions. They do not reflect the Department of Defense whatsoever.
Right.
So Parker, it's nice to meet you. I'm shocked that I'm actually being able to talk to you right now. I mean, that's insane. Much respect, dude. Absolutely. But yeah, I do support Trump. I think that during my time in the military, I served under Trump when I first enlisted. I served under Biden, and then I once again am serving under Trump. During my time frame that I served under these presidencies, I have had the option or the opportunity to be around Kamala Harris, and her reflection and the way that she treated me and the other service members just kind of put a sour taste in my mouth, if that makes sense. Like she just poorly represented herself as like a VP. Like you would think that the VP would be very appreciative of the country, of the military, especially considering the fact that the prince of, or not the prince, but I forgot who it was. I think it may have been the prince. Whoever the head guy is in the UAE had passed away. We had to go out there and secure a flight line for her. She came out there, landed, and
Wait, so I'm a little bit confused. How was she not appreciative of
well,
her
typically
service members?
when a VP or a president gets off the aircraft, they salute the troops. After the troops salute them, they secure them. They come down, they greet them, they carry on with their political duties. She just kind of like walked out and just didn't give two shits that we just pulled 72-hour security on this flight line for her to be able to land there, and she just got off and treated us like shit. And it was just kind of like, excuse my
But
language to the
but be
chat, but
specific. How does she treat you like
So,
shit?
wait, so I think he's just saying that because of the fact that she didn't salute. So then here would be a few things. So you think her not saluting would be comparable to Donald Trump saying that veterans are suckers and losers, and saying that John McCain's not a war hero because he was captured, and dodging the draft on multiple occasions?
did he actually say that? Because I actually have never seen him say. I did see where Biden had made a comment like that in regards to saying that we're all dumb bastards.
No,
What?
no, definitely not. That was not something that he said about veterans. Trump did say that veterans are suckers and losers, and Trump did say that was indicated by his chief of staff, and then specifically in his first admin, and then secondly, General Kelly, specifically for the suckers and losers comments. That's who indicated that to be true. And then John McCain, Trump said that John McCain was not a war hero because he was captured. I apologize. I
Okay,
guess,
well, you know what?
guess I'm
That's
just like
actually
hot in my room or something.
that's a stupid comment because if you're a POW in general, it doesn't matter. If you are a POW, you are a absolute animal. Like being a POW is something that I wish upon nobody. Like that is not something you want to endure. That is not something that should be endured. It should never even happen. So if anybody makes a comment in regards to being a POW and discrediting it is insanity to me. So if that was ever made, then I'm unaware of it. But I mean that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I can try to bring that up for you, but that's also something that you could verify yourself. That I'm pretty sure it's on video, him saying that. I've watched the clip before myself, so I'm pretty sure you'd be able to find it. So like that's definitely something like that would get you to like not support him, right? Because I mean, the point you brought up about Kamala Harris was that she didn't salute, and I
Well,
could understand. I could understand wanting like a salute in that circumstance, like that's what's typical. And I mean, you did a bunch of different things. I mean, there could be plenty of different reasons to
but
explain why she didn't. Maybe in that
like
context,
I'm
or it could be
saying,
like
it
something that
wasn't
just
to me
happened right
direct.
before, and she was focused on that or something, or she was dealing
Yeah,
with
it
something.
wasn't, like I said, it wasn't to me direct, and my opinions do not reflect the Department of Defense. These are personal opinions, just so the chat knows. This is not, I do not represent the military in these opinions. This is just my personal opinion, unrelated. I'm just saying that I think that, it wasn't to me directly that, I didn't salute her directly. It's just, I guess it's a simple thing called customs and courtesies. It's an honor to be able to meet a VP. It's an honor to be able to meet the president of the United States. And when it's on those parameters, it's just like, holy crap, the VP is getting off an aircraft and we're the ones that are protecting the VP.
Yeah.
Oh
And then
boy,
when she
Trump
kind of
makes
just
my life difficult. He had
brushes you off, it just
15,000
kind of sucks.
crazies show up. Crazies. He called them all crazy. I said, they weren't crazy. They were great Americans. These people, if you would have seen these people, I know what crazy is. I know all about crazies. These weren't crazy. So he insulted me, and he insulted everybody in that room. And I said, somebody should run against John McCain.
Do I support a giraffe dodger, Parker? What are they talking about?
Hold up.
Donald Trump dodged a giraffe with bone spurs, or allegedly bone spurs. Anyway,
I don't think anybody should dodge the giraffe.
Donald Trump literally did. He got multiple instances of getting doctors to write him excuses so he wouldn't have to be drafted.
I did not know that either. Either way, it doesn't matter who's the president of the United States. I support them regardless. They're the commander of the United States of America.
So what I mean is, like, if you could go back in time, would you vote for Donald Trump over Kamala Harris?
Would I vote for Donald Trump over Kamala Harris if I could go back in time? Currently, with what I've seen, yes, but I have not seen anything to overturn my opinion as of right now, if that makes sense. Because I'm
question.
Yes.
How do you feel about Donald Trump?
What have I said that's racist?
Can you stop reading comments and let's say tennis speak, and then I want to be able to bring up the clip real quick.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, Parker, because my point actually kind of shifts. Well, how do you feel about Donald Trump using the military in multiple instances as puppets, right? Whether we talk about the military parade, which was something that was supposed to happen, but he blew the budget out completely and did, absolutely things that people didn't want. But then also, we can talk about him sending the National Guard to D.C. and having them just pick up trash. He constantly actually utilizes the military as if they're toys, and that's very disrespectful.
Yeah. So essentially, your question was, how do I feel about Trump using the military, quote, as toys, as you stated, and what was the other half of it?
Just that's the premise. Like, how do you feel about that, especially as someone in the military, and respect and upholding like the prestige of the military is a big thing, and Donald Trump has completely disregarded what the military is actually about.
Well, I think, for instance, the ones that he's sending there aren't active duty members. Clearly, they're either National Guard or they're reservists, and I think that they may be going out there and doing these minute things, but in a real world perspective, these guys aren't doing anything on their day-to-day basis. In general, when they go to drill, when they go to AT, they're doing training, they're doing quals, probably 9 times out of 10 working motor pool. So when they go out there, it may suck going out there picking up trash, but at the end of the day, it's still a mission set, and they're getting paid full active duty pay while doing it. So may it suck? Yes. I mean, but
they weren't
I don't
getting
think
paid.
He's treating them like toys necessarily.
They weren't getting full active duty pay. Donald Trump was actually cycling them out. The way that they did it is that they had to be active for 30 days in order to get full active duty pay. And so they were cycling them out at 29 days. And then for some people, they were bringing them right back after 2 days. And so they were avoiding paying them the active duty pay.
Okay. I don't understand how they would be avoided getting active duty pay, because the reservists, even when they go to regular drill weekends, they get paid for a 4-day drill weekend for only showing up for 2 days as an active duty pay anytime you're on orders. So if they get activated to go do those things, they should be getting paid active duty money. I would have to
I'll
see.
Get that information for you while
because I don't think they. Yeah, you can't go on orders and not get paid full duty pay.
You. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying.
No, it's fine.
But that's yeah, man. I don't think. I mean, you got to think National Guard is a state level. The National Guard works for the state, even though they're Army or Air Guard. It is for the state. The reserves works for the government. So there's 2 different entities, even though they all fall under the president of the United States. So when the state needs something, for instance, a hurricane hits Florida, natural disaster, the National Guard for Florida goes out. They set up sandbags, flash floods, prevent those things. So essentially, that's kind of what they're used for, is to go out and help the state in any way necessary. So that's kind of their job in times of no war or conflict, if that makes sense.
In my opinion, not so hot. And I supported him. I supported him for president. I raised $1 million for him. It's a lot of money. I supported him. He lost. He let us down. But, he lost. So I never liked him as much after that, because I don't like losers. But Frank, let me get to it. He hit me. He's not a war hero. He's a war hero. He's a war hero.
5.5 years.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you. Do you
Rewind that, please.
Yep.
I supported him. He lost. He let us down. But, he lost. So I never liked him as much after that because I don't like losers. But Frank, let me get to it. He hit me. He's not a war hero.
He's a war hero.
He's a war hero.
5.5 years.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you.
Well, disagree with that comment. I think if you're captured, I think that's something that's... Disagree with that comment. I do disagree with that comment.
So, like, would that be like a reason not to support Donald Trump?
I disagree with the comment, but man, dude, when I guess it's like I'm weighing out the pros and the cons here. Like, I mean, he does say some stupid shit, excuse my language, a lot of times, but I feel like he does a lot of good too, man. Like, I
Such
just
as?
feel like
Could you name like a policy of his that you like?
well, I like not necessarily a policy. I mean, I'd have to think about a policy, for instance. I'm not very educated on the whole that realm of politics, but when it comes to my day-to-day life as a service member, I would say he's given a lot of raises to the military. He's stood up for the country, for instance, as going over there and ending the nuclear weaponry that Iran was building. I mean, that's a threat to the world. I mean,
So one, he pulled out of the nuclear agreement that we had with Iran that
He did do
specifically had
that.
24/7 surveillance on their nuclear enrichment facilities. Secondly, you said raises for the military. That's determined by Congress, not by Trump. So I don't see how he would
Trump has to
specifically
push
lead to
for it,
greater raises
because
for the
everything
military.
has to be
He
approved
actually
through Congress.
defunded himself the VA. Did you know that?
Well, the
By
VA 's
cutting
not
members in the
defunded.
VA.
The
No, he
VA 's not
defunded
defunded.
it. It was
No,
defunded by Trump.
Absolutely not. I have a lot of friends that are disabled veterans that still get paid
Well,
full time.
I'm not saying there's no VA. I'm saying that there are less people that work at the VA. Therefore, he cut the VA.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Well, you know what? I mean, that makes sense because I got a bunch of buddies that are waiting on their claims to be approved, and it's been like 10 months. So, I mean, hey,
Yeah,
You
it's
know.
directly tied to the cuts.
I see what you're saying now. I thought you meant like they cut the pay in total. If that makes sense. Like, as in they're cutting disabled veteran pay or something like that. That's how I was interpreting it. So, my bad. But, I mean, I don't know, man. This is my first time voting, believe it or not. You know what I mean? Like, this is my first time voting. I've lived in, I'm not going to say what state, but it's a blue state for a long time. And I've been a very huge Charlie Kirk supporter. I've been watching his stuff. I've donated to Turning Point USA multiple times. And I've loved that guy. He's the reason that got me onto Trump. You know what I mean? Love that dude.
So like,
Yeah.
but you can't even mention anything about Trump that you like. So it didn't
Well,
get
I
you to
mean-
critically think.
No, I mean, I like how he's freaking did the whole, if you can correct me, he implemented the tariffs, which helped the United States, as in the importer for tariffs brings like financial stability to the stock market, etc. So it builds the stock market. Dude, I don't even know, man. Look,
Wait, what?
I'm not
No,
the biggest.
Wait, hold on. What's a tariff?
Tariff is where they tax the import of objects by the exporter.
So
Right.
what? No. Okay. So
So the importer pays
so
taxes.
let me tell you.
to
So
get the product.
a tariff is a tax on an imported good. The importer is an American business that is bringing the product in from a different country around the world. So who pays that? The American business that's bringing the product into the country. And because it's an aspect of cost of production and distribution, it's not placed on the profits, right? It's going to be passed down to the consumer to a greater extent, meaning that it's going to have a regressive negative impact on lower and middle income individuals because they spend a greater proportion of their income on consumer goods.